MKO Abiola. Gbogbo June 12 ló máa ṣe rántí. MKO Kàṣíwá. Káyọ̀dé oṣooṣù ọmọ Fáyemí. Oṣooṣù ọmọ Fáyemí.
Of any offence against any non-electoral law or regulation. The people of this country went to polls on Saturday, June 12, 1993, and without let or hindrance chose me as their president. In his affidavit to the Court of Appeal in Kaduna, NEC said the results were already unknown. I won.
Yes, Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola, better known as MKO, truly won the June 12, 1993 presidential election in a landslide. But the world was turned beyond words when the then military head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, on June 26, 1993, annulled the results of the election, which till today remains the freest and the fairest poll in the political history of our nation. And so it was that a man who could have represented Nigeria's true symbol of unity never became president. Not only that, the acclaimed winner of the historic election died following years of incarceration by the military dictators. June 12, 2013 was the 20th anniversary of that landmark. The 2013 commemoration in Ekiti State was as remarkable as it was memorable. Governor John Kaudi Fayemi led thousands of the party faithful and other residents in a very colorful rally at the Oluyemi Kaudi Stadium in Ado-Ekiti. Representatives of all the 16 local government areas and several interest groups converged to put up a colorful parade. The chairman of Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, in Ekiti State, High Chief Jideawe, in her speech, recalled how Dr. Fahimi was an integral part of the June 12 struggle.
20 years ago, devoid of ethnicity, devoid of tribalism, devoid of religious bigotry, the people of Nigeria decided to vote for the man of their choice. The people of Nigeria put aside what has been dividing us since independence, and they decided early in the morning, they got to their polling stations, and without any persuasion, freely they expressed their mind, and they voted in Chief MKO Abiola. But the locals that has been destroying our collective resources, the cabals of Nigeria, they were not comfortable with the will of the people. And at the end of the day, that election was annulled. Eventually, the winner of that election was incarcerated, and at the end of it all, he paid a supreme sacrifice. And there began a series of struggle to actualize that particular mandate which was freely given. And that involved our man, in person of John Kayode Fahimi then. He was an active participant. In actual fact, he was one of the front runners that actually fired the struggle of June 12. And at the end of it all, June 12 manifested itself, and in metamorphosed. In 1999, democracy was allowed to strive.
Constantly cheered on by the mammoth crowd, Governor Fahimi, in his own speech, described June 12 as a game changer and a paradigm shift that broke the mold clearly and decisively.
Action Congress of Nigeria. Action Congress of Nigeria. Democracy for justice. Democracy for justice. I really want to thank you all for remembering not to forget. One of the cardinal sins that we often commit against history is that we conveniently forget our past. June 12, 1993 was that day that all Nigerians in unison, against all odds, against ethnic bigotry, against religious bigotry, against regional differences, we came together in one voice and voted for one man, voluntarily, without intimidation, without succumbing to harassment, without succumbing to the permanent transition of the military dictatorship. We voted for one man, MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. And of course, the agents of darkness, the dictators of the time, they did everything to annul that election. But Nigerians refused to bow to their intimidation. We fought them ceaselessly. We challenged the tyranny of the minority that wanted to oppress the majority of our people. We used all means available to us, and God was also with us. And eventually, we got rid of military dictatorship in 1999. And the reason why June 12 remains evergreen, the reason why June 12 lives on in our memory, is precisely because on that day, in that year, in unison, Nigerians confirmed their right to elect a leader of our choice. And that's precisely very, very connected to us in Ekiti, because of the struggle that we waged between April 14, 2007 and May 31, 2013. The lessons we learned in the June 12 struggle came in handy in ensuring that the electoral robbers that annulled the June 12, 1993 election did not succeed in annulling the April 14, 2007 election. And that is why a day like this is extremely important to us. That is why we shall continue as long as we live to remember the lessons of June 12. That is why June 12 cannot be replaced by May 29. That is why freedom remains important to us, and why we will continue to ensure that the civilian rule that came in 1999 becomes democracy in 2015. But before we get to 2015, there is a dress rehearsal here in 2014. And I know, I am convinced that our people will hold very faithfully to the freedom we won, to the liberation that we have started since the struggle of June 12, 1993.
And as the day wore on, under clement June weather, the people cheered and cheered, solidarity chants and songs interlaced with musical interlude by Nigeria's frontline maverick Fuji crooner, Alhaji Abbas Akane, fondly called Obesere. Even though the occasion was a rally in commemoration of June 12, there was no holding back the people from certain critical political expressions. Hundreds of members from the opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, seized the opportunity provided by the rally to openly announce their defection to the ACN. Top on the list were former PDP chairman in Ekiti South Senatorial District, Chief Ayo Peters, and another stalwart from Irepodu Ifelodun local government, Mrs. Bose Balogun. They were presented to the governor by ACN chairman, Chief Jide Awe.
ACN! ACN! Again, what have you paid? I remember the practice, but please practice. First of all, I want to extend my heartfelt and a complete congratulatory message to His Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State, the Executive, on the victory at the Supreme Court on the 31st of May this year, that validated your stay for the first 4 years, and which will continue to translate into the next 4 years. Pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run, mo fẹ́ fi yé wa pé ìdí abájọ mi tí mo fi kúrò nínú ẹgbẹ́ PDP. A máa sọ gbólóhùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àgbàlagbà tó méje máa sọ tó bá ń jọ́sìn nínú ìjọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí onígbàgbọ́ bí mùsùlùmí òdodo tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí nǹkan tó yẹ pé o fẹ́ máa complain tó bá kúrò ń bẹ̀
oh, I got to a point when I started seeing myself almost complaining. And the only thing I could do to do myself a good service is to get out of that place. And it is my belief that the good job I'm seeing, being in opposition, does not say you have to be very, very bitter. You have to be able to see something good in what the other party is doing, in what the government of the day is doing. I'll be able to see this, I'll be able to analyze it, and for God's sake, I have no choice than to say, I am happy to be part of you today. God bless this party. God bless Ekiti State.
1 + 1. Ekiti Baba Yemi Sekota. Mo dúpẹ́ ọjọ́ ìní o. Pé mo kúrò lẹ́gbẹ́ alálàmọ́lẹ̀. Pé mo bá sẹ́gbẹ́ olóríire. Mo wá dúpẹ́ ìrìnlọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa. Dependable governor, unshakable governor, reliable governor, responsible governor, the achiever governor, unmovable governor, very committed to Ekiti people. Ìdí pàtàkì tá a fi kúrò lágbá olúkúrúmuṣu tá a fi wá sí bíbá yìí. Number 1. Bí mo ti rí bí Arígbó ti gbé o, Arígbó ìgbé ọ̀nà Èkìtì. Arígbó kẹ́yọ̀ mú di ìgọ̀kọ́ ọmọ ìgbé o. Ọ̀dìní. Àlejòsí ọkọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ pé báàgì ọmọ ìṣùkúrù. Mo kàn rò pé àmúkọ ọmọ mi torí mo jẹ́ PDP. Àbùgbà kan àmúkọ ọmọ mi. Mẹ́gbẹ́ àyèyàlẹ̀ yìí. Káàsì àtìlẹ́yìn PDP. Kàmúkọ mi ní màá kúkú wá síbẹ̀. Adúgbàrà kejì, adúgbò yìí kan ọmọdé à ń pè ní làpí, adúgbò ẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ mi. Ìran àyà gbọ́ o. Ìgbárùkù ti jábá. Ìgbárùkù ti jábá. Káyọ̀wá lọ́kọ̀ọ́rọ̀.
Presentations were also made by representatives of ACN men and women in Ekiti State. They commended the vision and courage of Governor Fayemi, particularly in the steadfast implementation of his administration's 8-point agenda, through which he has transformed the entire social, economic and political landscape of Ekiti.
The youths, we have met, we have discussed, and we have concluded that the light must continue to be shining in our dear state. We have concluded that come what may, Ekiti youths have endorsed Dr. Don Kayode Fayemi for second term in office.
ACN apanupọ̀ láti ní kí bàbá wa, gómìnà wa, ọlọ́lá wa, ẹni ọlá wa, ẹni iyì wa, àfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wípé kí wọ́n lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì sí lórúkọ Jésù àrí bẹ́ẹ̀.
A ti sọ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ bíi pé téèyàn bá ti ń ṣe rere ẹ jẹ́ ká fi yìn. Èkìtì òde ìyá fi fi sọ́nà rẹ̀. Gómìnà Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí ṣe dáadáa. Ṣé owó àwọn arúgbó tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń fún wọn lójoojú la fẹ́ sọ ni? Ṣé ti ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tí gbogbo àwọn ọmọléèwé ló ti ń lo laptop tí òun la fẹ́ sọ ni? Ṣé ètò iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń lo gbogbo àwọn àgbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ tí òun la fẹ́ sọ ni? Ṣé ti ètò ọ̀nà wa tó ń túnṣe tí òun la fẹ́ sọ ni? Ẹni tó bá dé ilẹ̀ Èkìtì lásìkò tá à ń sọ yìí á rí i pé Èkìtì ti yàtọ̀ o. Mo ń fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ ó dẹ̀ ń ṣàlàyé pé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀dún ìfẹ́lódùn local government tí mo ti wá tí àwọn ọmọ pàdé rẹ̀ ti wá Dr. Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí la wà lẹ́yìn wọn o, ẹ̀yìn wọn la wà o, a ò sí lẹ́yìn òdì. Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ pọ́nmọ́ wa kán dìde, a ò sọ̀pọ̀tì ẹ o.
Then came the climax of the rally. Through several petitions, requests and endorsements across the 16 local government areas of the state, the people wanted their visionary leader to respond to their demand to run for a second term.
Let me address the various demands from our local governments. The demands that you have presented to the Honorable Chairman of our great party. And this is a fitting day to address this request. I have heard the noises from the valleys of Efon local government. The noises from the hills of Emure have reached me. Definitely the yearnings of Iseonu are hard to ignore. And I know that the troublesome, energetic, demanding Ikere and Ekiti Southwest local governments are unrelenting. I am hearing from Ekiti West, I know. And yes, my own senatorial district has demonstrated why we are irrepressible. I have seen the Idosi display. I have seen the Kole local government demand. I have seen the resplendent attires from Oye local government. And Ilejemeji has not been left out. Not to ignore what is happening from the boundaries of mobile inquiry. And of course, Ijero, where our deputy governor regards as second home. We hear from them. Irepodu Ifelodun. I heard the sounds of the whip. And Bonyi is as solid as a rock. Ekiti East is as committed as ever. And finally, the noises of Erukulele. Let me say, without feigning modesty, that I also believe that the good work should continue. Let me say that your demand and requests are not out of place. Let me say that the shoot of democracy must be consolidated by the tall oaks of continuity. And that I am ready as ever to offer myself as the vessel. Just as I appear to be hearing your collective wish, demand, request that we present ourselves for another term of 4 years. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, mo ti ṣetán.
And so, without tacit declaration, there was a great feeling of relief and excitement, not only among the Asian political family, but across the length and breadth of Ekiti. To them, Dr. Fayeme's acceptance to offer himself again for service to Ekiti people was God's sent answer to their fervent prayers. The Porto faithful at the Oluyemi Kaude Stadium on June 12, 2013 may have come to honor a fallen hero of democracy in Nigeria. They also succeeded in exalting a man who is already proven himself a living legend in the land of honor. With a June 12, 2013 rally, the ACN and other lovers of democracy in Ekiti State have again proved that June 12 and its symbol, the late MKO, will forever live in their hearts. They have also shown that for many years to come in Ekiti State, Dr. John Kaurifayemi will continue to remain the symbol of their mandate. Ride on JKF. MKO lives on in you. Just keep faith.
Ekiti tó kọjá abẹ́ iṣẹ́ lọ́mọ Fáyẹmí òun ṣe. Fáyẹmí iṣẹ́ ló ṣe bọ̀. Iṣẹ́ ló ṣe bọ̀.